Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Lois and welcome back to Skybees. In the last episode, we started working a little bit more with Botania, getting the runic altar so that we can make the pity machine frame, which allows us to get into Industrial Foregoing, which is what we need to do next to start getting into refined storage. It's a process. So yeah, we just set up some botany pots for all of the mystical flowers. Been letting these go for a while. We have 70 mystical reds. I think that's the most. I'm going to let these all fill up, and then I'm going to switch out the flowers. I had to switch out the browns for the light grays because I needed to make some more endo flames, which I did. And we have a little bit of mana, actually a decent amount. Let's grab our wand. We are going to need that today, but yeah, about an eighth of a mana pool, so that is not too bad. Let's see, what else have I been doing? I got another diamond bee, and my voice decided to crack. I don't know why that happened. We got another diamond bee, and they've been producing quite well. But over here, you might notice, one, that there's something different, and two, that there's a lot less bees. Well, I took most of the bees out, and hopefully that will allow us to get more products a little bit more often. There are also glass bees in there now, which is why we have white stained glass on the outside. Turns out they wanted to get to the glass on the walls, and that wasn't going to happen. But yeah, so we have glass bees now, and they're going to fill up the hives as well, and it'll all be good. So that's what I've been working on. I also went ahead and did some sifting, including making all of these guys emerald sieves, meshes. There we go, emerald meshes. And yeah, basically, I needed to get some blaze powder for two reasons. So that's what we're going to get into first today. So first of all, we're going to make some new tools. We're going to make a pickaxe, and I realized I only needed one more stick because I want a diamond sword. So honestly, we're probably going to throw the other tools away because I don't really have much of a use for them, to be perfectly honest. So let's just throw the iron sword and iron pickaxe away. We have a diamond sword and diamond pickaxe. Now, what we're going to do is I want to enchant the sword. The sword is kind of the bigger thing right now, and I want none of those. So unfortunately, getting the right enchants is kind of annoying. So, you know what, I realize the same problem we were going to have last time is going to have a problem here. We need blaze powder and 2 books. Now, books is just paper and leather, but leather is the issue. Easiest way to get leather is with prepared flesh, which requires 4 zombie flesh, and I don't have that many. So, yeah, that is actually going to be a problem. I mean, I could kill another rabbit. There is a rabbit hanging around. We're going to get a lot of rabbits just because of the biome we're in. But there's not. I thought the rabbit was up here. I guess he's downstairs. I guess he's down in this area. Yep. Alright, please don't jump off the edge. Pretty please. And come on. Nothing. Alright, well, it was worth a shot. So yeah, what I would love to do is get some leather. So I guess the best way to do that is going to be, let's see, is there another way to get rotten flesh? I mean, there's the zombie honeycombs, which the zombies themselves require just normal flowers. We could make, you know what, let's go ahead and do that. Let's make a couple of zombies, and we'll let those guys go, and we can steal their rotten flesh, and then we'll try to make that stuff later. So there is like 3 things I'm trying to do this episode, and hopefully we can get them all done, but it's gonna take some time and it's gonna take some luck, to be perfectly honest. So zombies, we can go ahead and I'm gonna put them just right in here. So zombie 1, zombie 2. they will get pollinating, they'll produce combs, and we'll take those combs later to get some rotten flesh to make books so we can get the tomes of weaponry. So that is what 2 of these blaze powders are for. And the other blaze powders are actually for something that we're going to get to later, aka the porcelain doll. I'm going to wait on that. You know, I realize there's another problem we might actually have, because to get the porcelain dolls we need nether wart. But that's actually not that big of a problem because we can get nether wart pretty easily. The question is, we have a little bit. Can we get some soul sand? Yes, we can. I have some stuff just sitting already, and we're just going to go ahead and plant some nether wart right there. Why not? Should work just fine. Okay, so the next thing I want to possibly start doing, I don't need that anymore. I, by the way, made a bunch of bee boxes, just so I can kind of transport bees and do different things, making things a little bit easier for myself. So the next thing I want to talk about is this centrifuge. So 1, it has a bunch of honey in it, so I'll have to figure out a way to get that out. But 2, there's upgrades to this, and I want to start working towards the upgrades. So in order to get the upgrades, we need to make a centrifuge controller and 35, well, a total of 39 centrifuge casings. However, these require blocks of steel and an energizer. So we're going to make the energizer for now, and then the blocks of steel we'll make later. There are good ways, pretty easy ways to make steel. Let's see, steel, nope. Steel from mechanism. There is a really easy way to do that, and there's also steel bees. So the steel bees is probably what we're going to use, and we can actually get those pretty soon. Let's add those to the list. So I will work towards that off camera, getting the steel bees. We have a steel block, so we can do that pretty easily. But we're going to need the Energizer stuff, and so we're going to go ahead and make that. Now, to do all this, we're going to need a couple things. First of all, we're going to need cables. So dielectric rods, iron nuggets, and capacitor. So I think most of the stuff we have. But I need more dielectric rods. And those were these guys. Alright. So iron 2 iron nuggets and a tiny capacitor, which is just this guy broken in half. And there is some energy cables. Alright, so that was also a quest, but that was first things that we needed to do. Now the next thing we need to make is the Energizing Orb and an Energizing Rod. We're only going to make one of these, and they seem to be both pretty easy. We're going to need 2 dielectric casings, so we're just going to need 8 iron, and looks like we need to make one more set of the rods, and there's that. We're then just going to need a little bit of glass, which we have bees for that. Now, do we have 9? No, we only have 4, which we need a total of 5. So we'll wait for just a second. We're also going to need another tiny capacitor and a piece of nether quartz, which we should have. And what we're going to do is, hopefully this will work. What we're going to do is just set up a little bit of a powering station. So to use these, the Energizing Orb is where we actually put the item to be energized. And we can do a bunch of things. Blazing crystals, it looks like mostly stuff from Powah, but there is a couple of recipes. Okay, there's just one recipe. So getting the centrifuge casing is the only thing that we need this for. Now, that's not a big deal, but we do need to kind of deal with it. Cool, zombies. By the way, I got the glass. The bees gave me the glass honeycombs, and that was another quest to collect. So yeah, we need to get the Energizing Orb. That's the only thing left, and we're just missing the glass. And we can go ahead and set up what we need to do over here. So what we're going to have is just some energy cables so that we can have multiple of these, like so. And on top of the energy cable, if I can, I don't know if that's connected or not, but we'll find out. We need to have an energizing rod. You know, can we just put the energizing... Okay, so that was actually attached. Okay, it just didn't look like it. It should be attached, but we'll see. There will be a pretty easy way to tell, especially if this shows its storage, which it does. So all we need now is a wire, an LV wire. So let's see, LV wire. We just need 2 copper and our handy dandy metal press. Okay. So we should have some copper just sitting around. I have exactly 2 copper. Okay, well that works. So let's go ahead and throw those on there. Are those not going to grow here? They should, but we'll have to see. There are a number of mods that do kind of mess with netherwort and how it grows and various things like that, which is always annoying, but we'll keep an eye on it. I'd like to get more netherwort at some point, but I can always sift for more. It's pretty easy. So all we have to do, we do need to insulate this wire. So we just need 4 tough fabrics. I guess we'll just do that. Twice? Sure, why not? Let's just walk and not sprint. Do we have about 30? We have way too much. We have way more than we need. Okay. So we're just going to need 5 tough fabrics and insulated wire. So then we could just hook that up, and that is getting charged. So even though it doesn't look like it's connected, it is. Okay, cool. So with that done, all we need is the glass, which let's see if we have. We still only have 4. You know, I can make glass. Is this full again? No. Alright, let's go ahead and sleep so that maybe the bees will actually do something. And as you can see, I've been messing with trying to get the bees to go to some different flower. It is a bug as far as I'm aware of resourceful bees, but changing mod, like mod version and all that kind of stuff without messing everything up is really annoying. So yeah, that's not going to happen. Alright, so I guess while we're waiting for the bees to give me more glass, so we can finish that little project up, what all are we going to need? Just 3 horizontals. We can put everything else away. Okay, so the next thing I want to work on is Industrial Foregoing. Now we're going to need 2 more pity machine frames. So that is 8 iron, 18 redstone turned into blocks. and 8 logs, which I did go ahead and get some more logs. Alright, so we just need to make a couple more pity machine frames, and nothing too big on that. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And that will start off. And hopefully we have plenty of, well, everything we need. We can go ahead and put the living stone on there. And the first machine that we need to make is the Flute Extractor. So that is going to require some cobblestone, a piston, and some iron. So it's just mostly going to be iron that we need, with some redstone. So we should be able to make most of this. So piston. We are going to need 2 gold to make a pressure plate. And there is the Fluid Extractor. Now, is this done? It is. We can start another recipe and get another thing. So the Flute Extractor, we're going to put this over here. This does not require power, but what it does is it takes trees and, well, if it had, I'm not entirely sure what the power will do. You know, let's go look at the book. The power probably makes it go faster. Let's see. Basics. Fluid Extractor. So, each log will produce different amounts of latex. Check JEI for rates. Okay. And I don't know why it says power optional. Providing power will make it, okay, we'll make it work faster. So what we can do, by the way, is we can run some more wires. We're going to actually set up a little bit of a station outside. So let's go grab some more wires. We're going to need a relay, 2 of these, and that. Okay, so that should be fine. We're just going to need to set up something like so. And this is going to take some time. So obviously it's slow, but it will work. So first things first, we need to connect that to that. And then we are actually going to give this power for right now. I want to put it on top, not on the side. So there to there. So with that having power, it works a lot faster, over twice as fast. So that's nice. Let's see if we have, well, let's see if we have enough mana. If we can just smack this and be done. We certainly can. And we still have plenty of mana. I will say when making like when making things, the bar is really deceptive because it is based on like zoom levels, and it's not very telling how much you need. It's inconsistent at best. Okay, so we can take 9 glass honeycombs, and we can go ahead and make the Energizing Orb while we're waiting on things. So we're going to need latex, because in order to get the next thing, we need to get a latex, a bucket of latex. So we need to wait for that thing over there to finish. And once it's done, we will be able to continue on. So let's go ahead and work on the other things. We should also look at the quest book. I don't believe there are any rewards. So yeah, Flute Extractor is the first thing. Next is the Latex Processing Unit. And Power wanted us to make the Energizing Rod and Energizing Orb, which we'll get to right now. So let's go ahead and make that. And the Energizing Orb can just be placed down like so. and it will receive power from this guy. Now the more you have, the more upgraded they are, the better they work, all that kind of stuff. I don't really care too much right now, but once we get a little bit better, once we set up the first factory, we'll make things a little bit nicer. So I also have zombie honeycombs. So let's get the first of these going. And get some rotten flesh. This should give us 9 rotten flesh. I'm going to make both books, I think, right off the bat. And then we'll worry about everything else. So, yeah, that will be fine. So 2 prepared flesh. Put them in the smoker because that will go really quickly. And we'll get some leather. Then we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sugar cane. And this will give us paper to make a couple of books. Awesome. So now we can do other things. How close is this to being done? We're about of a quarter bucket. So let's go grab a bucket from over here. I have one stashed away. And we have other things to do while we're waiting on this, so that's not a big problem. So we'll just let that sit. Keep an eye on it, make sure the log doesn't break. Because it will eventually break the log. Oh, hello. You have anything I want? A beacon for 25. You know what? That is a good deal. I will buy your beacon. Mostly because getting the nether stars are going to be really annoying. And so we can have a beacon for later. Okay, so we're going to grab the blaze powder. We're going to grab one of them for right now. And we're going to make tomes of weaponry. So what these are, and this is something I was trying to make last time with the Tome of the Miners. These are books that you can go enchant. But the thing is they only give you certain enchants. So Tome of the Miners, for example, only gives you Excavate, Fortune, Miner's Fever, Life Mending, Breaking, you know, all this stuff. Silk Touch and that kind of stuff is what this will give you. Well, the Tome of Weaponry will give us Bane of Villagers, Knockback on Breaking. It will give us more of like the weapon enchants. There's 3 pages. The ones that I want is oh wait, that's miners. Let's see, uses. So there's 5 pages for weaponry. The ones that I want is looting. Looting is what I want because it's going to make things a lot easier. So if we go grab a little bit of lapis, one, I don't have that many levels. We did die, which kind of is awful. So you know what? Let's break that and see what we get. Sharpness. Sharpness 1, sharpness 1. Alright, I guess we can put this back. And Unbreaking 2, Knockback 1, Bane of Villagers. So I can get Bane of Villagers. And Sweeping Edge, Sharpness 1. But I don't have enough levels. So it looks like this is not going to happen anytime soon. But it is good to kind of be able to be more selective about what all I am going to be getting. I have an idea with this. Can we? No. I know what's doing the, like, making netherwort not grow. And we might just want to get a botany pot. I think that'll be the easiest way. We'll get a botany pot. We'll put everything together. I will do that off camera. Just because it's going to be a little bit easier. But the next thing I want to do is let's go ahead and summon in a blaze. So we have a porcelain doll. We're going to need four of these blaze powders. We're going to need 2 glowstone and a netherwort, plus a redstone. So 2 glowstone, a netherwort, and a redstone, I do believe. And we're going to make a blazing doll. Now, we're going to need to do this a couple of times over the course of getting ready for a couple of bees. Because, well, there's a bee that requires a blaze mesh, aka, well, a blaze bee, requires a blaze mesh to produce its combs, which is how we're going to get more blaze rods. Now the blaze mesh is 9 blaze rods, so we're going to have to summon in blazes another way. And the way to do that is the same way we got bees. We make a blazing doll, we put it in lava, and it's going to summon a blaze. And then we kill the blaze. And we'll get a blaze rod. Now, if we can get looting, which would be really nice, we can potentially get more blaze rods. And with more blaze rods means we can get more, summon in more blazes a lot easier, and do a lot more cool stuff. So I'm gonna have to figure out a good way to get experience. I mean, I guess I could always just come over here whenever I see something spawned and kill it, obviously. Let's go ahead and just do it this way. And, you know, we can get levels that way. That would work. But that's also kind of slow. Our mob farm is not very good. We could make another mob farm. We could make a bunch of different types of mob farms. Eventually, we could make a gold farm or something like that in the Nether. We could make a gas farm. We could do a lot of things. I kind of want to kill the wandering villager. He always kind of annoys me. Anyways, let's continue. Let's see. Do we have the latex yet? Not quite. So, anything else we want to do? So I made the Energizing Orb. Let's go ahead and... Unfortunately, I'm full of creosote oil, so I can't really do anything with that. Do I have more zombie? Yes, I do. So yeah, there's the question of getting more experience so that we can enchant more. You know, I did enchant, so we should have different enchants for swords. So we've made sharpness, sharpness. You know, sharpness isn't bad, but I really want looting. Is there another... I don't think there is an enchanting setup. But there is a lot of things we can do with enchanting. Jack-o'-lanterns do things. Glowstone do things. Yeah, there's a lot of weirdness with the Yeah, the enchanting mod. Altar of the Sea. Spawners. There's a lot of things. I need to look into this mod and kind of figure out exactly how everything works. But I'm just not entirely sure what we can do with it. So I'll have to look into that. Not a big deal, but it's apotheosis, something like that. And I'm kind of surprised that's not broken yet. Yeah, that is kind of the key to getting more stuff. Now, blaze bees are actually not too hard to get. There's only a 10% chance, and I don't think I've gotten any yet. But yeah, I need to start getting kind of bees bred, and I need to set up, I need to start building more platforms. Getting at least, I think the next thing we should do is an ore cave, so we can get those bees separated out. And potentially we'll start working on a factory. So I'll tell you guys what. I am going to cut here, and I will be back once we have the latex. So be back in a little bit. Alright, so a short time later, and I have a bunch of things ready. So first of all, we are going to make something. I was looking up some things from Industrial Foregoing. Ether gas is kind of crazy sounding. We are going to be making a Cyclic book, which means we need another book. By the way, I might have murdered the llamas. I got some leads and some leather from them, as well as the wandering trader. Didn't need him anymore. So yeah, we're gonna make. Hopefully this is mason cobblestone, and a book makes the Cyclic guidebook, because tools, cable wrench. So right click on a Cyclic cable. Left click any block with the wrench to change the wrench's mode. Okay. Not entirely sure how this stuff works, which is why I make the guidebook. There is also, let's see, entry index. Fluid placer. What are these things called? Fluid cables. Maybe it's under cables? Yes. Types of cables that can be used to transport pipe liquid between blocks. Okay. It is not very informative. But we have it in case we need it. So, we do have enough stuff, but by the way, to make the latex processing unit. So we're going to need a block of redstone and a furnace. And that should be everything we need to make it. So latex processing, we have that. And then once we have a little bit more stuff, we can make the other item. Now the latex processing unit, we're just going to put right here. We're going to get an LV wire connector. Not there. I keep trying to put it on the top and I keep clicking the wrong place. Wired up. Has power. Now this needs latex and water, which is why I want to be able to fluid pump things. Okay, that worked. Sweet. So we have plenty of latex in there, and then we have 3 buckets. We're going to grab 3 buckets of water. Is there actually, wow, there's, since when is there, oh, one of those is, okay. Let's go ahead and grab this. So we should be able to put water in here. And for every 100 millibuckets of latex and 50 millibuckets, half a bucket of water, it makes tiny dry rubber. And then from there we can make dry rubber, which will make us plastic. Now we need 2 of those to make the dissolution chamber. And that's going to take a little bit of time because latex takes a bit of time to make. But there is another way to get these, and it's bees. Of course it's bees. The rubber bees. Oak logs. Interesting. And how do we get them? Slime bees and steel bees. So that is going to be on our list of bees to get relatively soon, because this is going to take forever to do. But we can go ahead and make some of the other stuff that we need. So for example, we need a diamond gear, and that is going to require a gear plate. So actually we're not going to make that. I think, let's see, I can put that wrenches in there, that in there. Rotten flesh. By the way, those guys breed, the zombies breed with flowers, so nothing too major there. I guess let's go ahead and make the diamond press. I have charcoal. I don't really need charcoal anymore, and charcoal works in the blast furnace. So, we have some steel. Engineer's blueprints. We need wire cutters and steel plates. Yes, so we need steel plates. So I guess we can do that. We just need 3 steel plates. Nothing too major there. And 1, 2, 3. That will not take too long. And we'll have the ability to make the gear plate, gear press, whatever it may be called, and metal press gear. Perfect. So we just need to put that on, and it's 4 diamonds. So if we drop all 4 down, they get in a stack, and they make the diamond gear. So the only thing left is a chest, which is easy enough to make. By the way, while I was waiting on latex, I made this. I got another hopping bonsai pot and used a storage drawer. We'll probably put like cactus and maybe even, you know what? Might as well. Let's go ahead and put sugarcane in there. And if we need more sugarcane, we can make that pretty easily. So, this needs more water. I'm just going to steal the water from the slab. And yeah, we almost have our first piece of plastic. So it's this, that, 2 buckets, and then 2 pieces of plastic. So we're almost there. Let's see, we need 4 more buckets of water. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I can't wait to have more water sources everywhere. So yeah, that should be enough once we have all the latex. So, and then we'll be make the dissolution chamber. Now, the dissolution chamber, I didn't mean to do that. The dissolution chamber is what we need in order to make, right there, the storage parts from refined storage. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to start looking into quartz enriched iron bees. They're going to need a block of quartz enriched iron, which is not too hard to get. It is literally nether quartz. And, yeah, iron. So, what we're going to do, I am going to work towards these bees. So, to get these, it is silicon and iron. Silicon is Certus quartz and nether quartz, which I have both of those. I do believe. Wrong chest. Certus quartz, and nether quartz. So, I'm going to work on bee breeding. Basically, I'm going to get 6 of everything that I need. 4 for actual production, 2 for storage, and I'm basically going to just bring bees out. And what I'm going to start doing is this setup will be at least temporary. Production. So if I want a lot of honeycombs from something, I can do it like that. But otherwise, we'll just kind of use that structure for now to get the bees, and I will hopefully build another couple of hexagons. Depends on how much time I have to prep this series, but build a couple of other hexagons and set up more bees. We're going to have another bee here, so that might be a good one to do first. We're going to also need a machine area, maybe that or that one. And we're going to have multiple like machine areas, both with bees and without. We're going to have multiple structures, both with bees and without. We're going to definitely need a magical area for the bees. We're going to need at least 3 more for everything else. So there's going to be a lot of hexagons. I need to build a lot. But for today, I think this is a good stopping spot. Unless we can get our first piece of plastic. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's come over here. There is a crafting bench. And so 9 tiny dry rubber give us 1 dry rubber. And we just smelt that up. I have so much coal, I don't care about wasting it. So we just smelt that up, and it gives us, in a moment, a piece of plastic. And there we go. That is pretty much it. So I have building and bees to work with. That is the plan. When we come back next time, we're going to start working towards refined storage, as well as potentially start making our house. So that'll be the kind of idea. That'll be where we're going to go from. And yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!